Greetings and welcome back to another episode of the Corrupt Crew Chronicles. I just wanted to come on and make a video. And today, for those of you who have elected to actually join in for the class action lawsuit, I did do what I said that I was going to do in the email, and so I am waiting. There's quite a few of the law firms are actually going to get back with me for me, reaching out to them today. Some did get back with me, and I'll put all that actually in email. What I said that I would do is on a weekly basis is actually send out an email to you all and just let you know where we are in the process of getting a law firm to represent us with the class action lawsuit. So I just went ahead and said that I would do that, and so it looks like it'll probably be on Sunday when I actually send out an email, unless it's something that it's like, yeah, we got representation. I need to go ahead and send it out earlier than that. So but a weekly update email to you all. So I just wanted to let you all know that, and I still have to put in a few more claims. I should be finished with that between Thursday or Friday. Like I said, the remaining ones, they don't have anything really big going on, but I did put in those claims for everyone in there, and that circus code of the corrupt crew who got PPP loans, all those trucking companies, for the FMCSA, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, they coming to see about y'all. I got the return email for that, for each and every one of them that I actually submitted in for not being in compliance, for their regulatory compliance. And I'm going to say this, it's so funny because that circus code leader, Shitty One, he's standing up there and he get these businesses and then pushed off these ideas on those silly members who's in the corrupt crew, who's sitting in there. These businesses that he has, they actually they're high, take a lot of money for startup and continue to operate. I mean, insurance, talking about a truck, talking about lemon lot with these cars, got to sit up here and automobiles got to buy and the insurance sky high, and then renting out a place or whatever, so your place of business, commercial, renting that, all that's expensive. Insurance on that, on the building, because you have renter's insurance. Renting out, that whether than insurance, it is expensive. And I can tell you that these federal agencies, they're not playing. That's how they get their money, is through fees and then penalties and interest. Like I was, explaining on yesterday, the video on yesterday, you or one of the videos I made, actually, when someone is, found to where they did fraudulent activity to obtain funds, especially from the federal or state funds, they're looking to not only get back the amount of money that was obtained fraudulently. So for example, say somebody gets a PPP loan for $100,000. Well, they also are going to tack on penalties and interest. And I'm going to say this too, you can sit here and be like, oh, I can pay that back, but you could be facing imprisonment, and then on top of that, being in prison when you get out. Like if they give someone a year or two or whatever the prison sentence is, get out, you still have financial restitution that you have to pay to them. And you got that on your doggone criminal background check. You a felon. And then you on top of the restitution that you have to pay back once you get out of prison. This is serious, you all. Very serious. And like I said, I'm going to keep on going. I'm not playing. Not at all. I am not playing. So anybody thought I was joking? Oh, she's joking. She's just getting on camera just talking. No, I'm not. I've been busy putting in work, action. Like I said, I'm action oriented. That's why I, went ahead and circle back around. Okay, it's been a week for the law firms I hadn't heard back from. Let me go ahead and contact them. It's been a week. I don't sit there, idle and, let me just, sit back or whatever. I initiated. Yeah, I'll wait, but a week, yeah, that's good enough time. And I understand, law firms, lawyers are busy, have busy schedules. Many of them do. But I'm, keep on keeping this ball rolling. And like I said, even if we don't get picked up with the class action lawsuit, baby, it's still a win-win situation. Because we still, like I said, have those 3, 4, and 5 letter agencies that's coming for them. And like I said, they have the address to that raggedy ass dump of a building they in. They have residential addresses, business addresses, business phone numbers, and cell phone numbers, personal phone numbers. They sure do. I am not playing. Not at all. Not at all. And like I said, when it comes down to that FBI, that whole thing with Keyboard Man Tiny Tim, some of y'all sit up here and y'all go on and put reviews up for folks, companies and stuff, putting your first and last name on there. And there's no sense in trying to hurry up and get on that company. Y'all know what company I'm talking about for Keyboard Man Tiny Tim in there, Papa Smurf. Yeah, get on there and try to take it down because I took screenshots of it. And when they do this investigation for that National Insurance Crime Bureau and the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigations, for that insurance fraud and everything, they gonna see y'all names when they go back through them. Because I, and look at the cases, the clients that his company had. Because I gave them the names. First and last name, sure did. I sure did. And like I said, if you haven't did any criminal activity, anything fraudulent, anything nefarious, you don't have anything to worry about. And that goes for all of you in there. But I know that's not the case. I know it's not the case. Y'all sat in here and it's funny because I'm laughing at y'all. And like when I say y'all stupid and y'all dummies, y'all are, because y'all allow for him to think for y'all. Like he said he does, he think for y'all. He sat here and coerced y'all to go in under his plan so he can get more money in his pocket. All of y'all who got those fraudulent PPP loans, y'all gave him a cut, 10% coming off. Oh, got a tithe. And then on top of it, oh yeah, he'll use that scripture up in there. Abraham gave 1/10 of all he had. So on top of that, and then he'll talk about Melchizedek in there and how Abraham blessed Melchizedek. And I'm using that term blessed because it's in that Bible. I don't use that term in my personal life. But anyhow, that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother video. Anyhow, yeah, I'm talking about what's in that Bible. I'm talking about Abraham blessed Melchizedek with, and everything, because he's just religious and guru or whatever. Y'all know, y'all remember. Y'all remember the ones who's gone from up out of there. Yeah. Him standing up there so he can get more money. That was the only reason why he sat there and he had y'all do that. And like I said, y'all grown. I'm not going to sit here and put that all off on him. Yeah, did he sit here and coerce and, sit here and manipulate? Yeah, he did. But y'all know good and well, and I'm talking to y'all 90% that's up in there, the corrupt crew. Y'all know right from wrong. Y'all know right from wrong. Now, you're not going to sit there and put all that on him. Talking about that circus cult leader. Now, he rotten, dirty, low down scum of the earth. That's what he is. But you're not gonna sit back and just be like, oh, I was innocent, I didn't know. No, you don't have any type. You're not mentally challenged or easy to sit up here and you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, you knew exactly what you was doing because you wanted money for yourself too. And y'all thought y'all was not gonna get caught. I'm talking about y'all, Circus Cult leader, Shitty One, and his corrupt crew sitting in there. Y'all all thought y'all was not gonna get caught. Y'all thought folks was just gonna talk about it. People get out, and talk about what's going on. Oh, just talk about it. No, I'm action oriented. And like I said, I have divine spirit and my ancestors backing me for real. I got others too here on 3D, but what I look to the most for my support and everything, who I look to, divine spirit and my ancestors. Like I said, this mission has been assigned to me from divine spirit and my ancestors, and I'm carrying it out to the end. I mean that. Yeah. I mean that, and they're stealing people's ideas. I remember when he sat here and he stole Sister Keita and Brother Joe's detergent and household supplies business. Yeah, he did. I put that in that 2016 email. Any of y'all got it? Still look in that 2016 email, and if you don't have it and you want it, I can forward it to you. I sent that out. Sure did, and that was one of the things I addressed in that email. He's sitting here, Sister Keita and Brother Joe, when they was living in the state that they from or whatever, in their town, they just started a little side business. This was, just a little side business startup. Now, Brother Joe, like I said, he was still, on his job 18 years. Still working at that. This is just a little side business that they had. And it was doing pretty good. It was, actually, there. And so when they moved down in June of 2013, of course, the business was still going on. And so they're like, yeah, we're going to keep on, doing it. And we were over again in that funeral home. And yeah, it got just totally different because down there in Atlanta, like I said, Atlanta metropolitan area, and that includes anywhere that you can get to within 1 hour of traveling, talking about rolling in an automobile. Within 1 hour when traffic is flowing well. So yeah, Atlanta metropolitan, that gets a lot of counties. That gets not only, of course, Atlanta's in Fulton County, but that gets Cobb County. That gets down there Henry County with Stockbridge. That gets Rockdale County. That gets Paulding County. Yeah, it gets all these different, counties and everything. Talking about for the Atlanta metropolitan area, it's oversaturated. And so when they moved down, actually in June of 2013, they thinking, yeah, we're going to keep on, doing this or whatever. No, because everybody, a lot of folks was selling that detergent. Like that, and like how, Sister Keita said, for them to really, make money, they would have to be a distributor, which is totally different, from them just selling it, like how they weren't a distributor. And so they was, selling it, and everything. And like how, Sister Keita said, Brother Joe and their son Taj was going in all these different neighborhoods. They go McDonough. I mean, all around in these I call Caucasian neighborhoods, risking their lives, the pale Africans. And yeah, I did say pale Africans, and I know what I mean by that. And again, that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother video. Yeah, pale Africans, aka Caucasians, aka quote unquote white people. Yeah, their neighborhoods and stuff, risk their lives. Somebody looking like, who's these two melanated men here, up in here and what, because a lot of times they shoot first and ask questions later, and then won't ever sit up here and call the doggone law enforcement, make up stories and stuff. But anyhow, and so that Circus Cult leader sat there, and this is when we have moved to that ragged ass dump of a building they sitting in now. And this is after, they got rid of Brother Joe, the trucking folks got rid of Brother Joe, the second assistant pastor, and that, and the other one in there, that male in there with the trucking and all with the corrupt crew. But anyhow, and then, it's after, like I said, picking on, Sister Keita about saying, oh, and it's that service code leader, oh, you faking and all this and that or whatever. And he sat up here and he kept on after them, asking Sister Keita and Brother Joe, I'll help you start it, restart it up, and I'll just be a silent partner, and you just give me a percentage of each bottle of detergent that you sell. And I'm like, that that right there is usury. I mean, I'm like, it should just be a percentage of the revenue that they bring in. Yeah, like the monthly revenue, usually when you talk about that, but a percentage of each detergent bottle that they sell. Nah, that's usury. It's getting over. For real, for real. And, not only did they sell detergent, like I said, they sell household, supplies too, like toilet tissue paper, and I think like Kleenex and, stuff like that, little other stuff. And so, but their main, thing was the larger detergent, the industrial size, large, whatever. Size or whatever. And so, they were like, oh, no, thank you. We're good. No, thank you. And so anyhow, he gonna sit up here and gonna get laundry detergent like them, and and I think that's all he got. I don't think that he got the cleaning supply. He may have got the household supplies too, the service code leader, but I know, the main thing was that laundry detergent. And he was telling Sister Keita and Brother Joe, oh, y'all need to get labels, y'all need to get business cards and all that. He didn't even have all that. Like I said, just a narcissist telling somebody what they need to do, and then he don't even follow through what he suggests that he gives. Anyhow, so he had actually, and they had been selling, and see, he's seen that no, it wasn't, lucrative. No, it wasn't, not at all, and so I'll never forget, Sister Keita had told me, and she even sent me the text. No, I'm sorry. Sister Keita had just told, because he called Sister Keita. That service code leader called Sister Keita and asked her, well, where were you all selling it, and what location and stuff. And then that's when Sister Keita, explained to him, yeah, we were selling it, but there's so many others down there in that area, Atlanta metropolitan area, selling it, that the only ones who make money are if they are a distributor of it, a distribution where they sell it to the ones who's doing, I just say they got their little individual, side business going on selling it, and he was like, oh, okay. And then he gonna sit up here and give the business to his lieutenant dummy son number 2, the one who in there whooping up on his wife's ass. Yeah, and then it just went away, after that. I mean, it just, because they didn't do anything with it, but he stole their business. He did. And I'll never forget, we was in there at that raggedy-ass dump of a building in that dining hall, and it was after service on a Saturday, and he sat up here and called them out, said, I try to help people in here, and they don't want to accept my help. Simple taking shots at them, talking about because they didn't want him to be a silent, a silent partner or whatever, but that's their business. And then talking about, ain't that right, Boston? Ain't that right? To the second assistant. And I said the name, oh well. Whatever. Anyway, second assistant pastor, the one I talk about with them PPP loans. Like I said, all this stuff is verified out there. You can sit up and get on there, and you can see it yourself out there. Yeah. He sat up and he stole their business like that. And I put in that 2016 email. Yeah. Sure did. like I said, corrupt crew up in there, y'all go ahead, y'all get ready. And I mean that. You know, I do. And I feel real good. I sure do. I feel very good. I said, ain't nothing gonna stop me. No, not at all. This train is rolling full speed ahead. This locomotive, for real. I mean that. No, you're not going to sit up here and be able to stop this. You can't get away with this. You sure can't, you know. And like I said, you know, y'all sitting in there and y'all didn't allow for him to think for y'all. Y'all stupid, dumb, retarded, and idiot, and imbecile, incompetent, ineffective, inefficient, and incorrigible, just like him. Just like him. Because now y'all simply got caught up with the law. I'm talking about the law that these federal agencies, these state agencies, following behind him. That service code leader, shitty one. And like I said, you can't sit here and you can't blame him. You can't sit here and blame him. Y'all know good and doggone well what y'all was sitting up here doing with that doggone criminal activity in there. Y'all knew that stuff was wrong, putting down wrong stuff on them PPP loans, on the application, putting down fraudulent information. You know it's wrong. You know you telling lies on the PPP loan application. But you just thought that you was not going to get caught. Wasn't nobody going to sit here and was going to put all this out. Yeah, I'm the one. I'm here. Like I said, and I'm not going to rest. Like I said, I'm not going to rest until I see it all go down. Them doors be shut to that raggedy ass dump of a building, to that circus code. I mean that, and I do mean it. You know, he's sitting up here in a truck again. Look at that. He back to point A. You know, any of y'all, you know, this gone, and, you know, y'all thinking, oh, just because, you know, it's still open, you know, that talking about that service call and everything, he's still going. No, he's hurting financially. He's hurting financially. Why is he back in a truck and they have a transportation broker? Him and that whore of his. Shitty too. They got a transportation broker company. Hey, if you got a transportation broker company and you giving out runs like that, you shouldn't. And again, where'd you get that $75,000 for that transportation broker bond? See, I'm not letting up on none of that. You know where you got it from. Like I said, you got it from that account, that service code account. But they sit here and they got a transportation broker company. Why is he back in trucks? He got back in trucks back in 2017. It was after when I was gone from up out of there. Yeah. It was like around later on in 2017. Like I said, I was out of there in March 2016. So he been back to trucking for years, because I'm going to break it down to y'all with the finances. And I was talking with Sister Keita about it, and she was like, yep, sis, she said, you right. She said, it's not going to go back to how it was. And I'm going to break it down. Now, like I said, back in 2000, between 2008 in 2010, I would say 2007, towards the end, 2010, he was at his highest pinnacle. Had the most members in there, had the most non-member supporters, had visitors coming and everything. Them visitors dried up coming around like towards the end of 2011, because I'll never forget, I was talking to Sister Keita, and I had a conversation with her. This is when we was at the Lithonia West building in that warehouse, and I told her, I said, sis, I said, have you noticed? I said, we don't have that many visitors come in. It may be one here, one there. I said, and members too. People want, sitting up here and banging down that door to sit or become members. No, it dropped drastically. That's in 2012. We were over there in Lithonia West building in warehouse. That Lithonia West building warehouse. Yes. And, Sis Keita may or may not remember that conversation I had with her, but I had that conversation with her. And she was like, yeah, she said, yes, sis. She was like, it's, we don't have the visitors and, the members coming in like that, whatever. So we moved on to, of course, the funeral home and stuff and everything. And, what I'm saying is, looking back at that time of 2007, 2010 and all that money, and like I said, collecting for the building fund starting in 2009, it was like a little bit after I had moved down there. And see, I moved down there in March of 2009. And it was like maybe just a couple of months after I had got down there, he started up that building fund to purchase a building for that circus code. And then, like I said, I know how it goes with these financial institutions when you go and you're applying for a bank loan, when you're talking about for a religious organization. I've had to fill out the applications. I still got them on my flash drive. I sure do. I have them on my jump drive. And I have some actually that's in my email, but the majority is on my jump drive. And so anyhow, all filled out. How it is that, for a religious organization, what they looking at, and I'm talking about the financial institutions that they looking to actually get a loan through. Like especially, a big loan, like for a building and or either building, because, a lot of them, they'll build up, these doggone religious organization buildings and stuff. Well, anyhow, they asked for the number of members at that time when you filling out the application. Then they asked, break it down into age groups. How many each into age groups, how many services that you have, because they're looking at how much money you collected. See what I'm saying? Y'all follow me? And then also for the age groups, if there is a congregation, a religious organization that has a lot of elderly members, no, they're not going to want to fool with them because, of course they're, up in age and and they're looking at, they could, be passing away. So how they going to support it? And then it's the same thing if they have a very young congregation. How are, they not making, good money, to where they can support this or whatever. And I'll never forget, he would always, as service code leader, would always stand up there and be like, yeah, I got a young congregation. I got 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds in here. And yeah, during that time of 2007, 2010 and everything, and had a lot of big making money members too, who, either through, their profession or through business, pulling in big money to put in, the pot, as far as for the financial, pot in that service code. And so what happened is in 2014, there was a lot of members who left out around the same time. The good sister I talked to, and she's such a sweetheart. The one from the Midwest, she is. I love her. She is such a sweetheart. She was one. The one brother from New York, actually, he was a single brother in there, older, single brother, but always dressed sharp. I used to always greet him and be like, you looking so dapper when he would come down for them funky feasts and stuff. And as a matter of fact, he would stay with them, that service code leader, and he would give them hundreds. He would give him hundreds of dollars for staying there. Yeah.